What up, you should Timos here. This month, I'm doing my reviews for past May films. Here's my review for the 2011 comedy Bridesmaids. Bridesmaids premiered on this day back on May 13th, 2011. It is 10 years ago today, Cowboys. Holy cow, I feel old. But I would say right now, Bridesmaids is one of the funniest comedies you ever released. This movie is so downright hilarious. I mean, it's really funny. It's raunchy. It's hilarious. I just love this movie. It's such a really fun, comedy. Sorry, to watch. You got Kristen Wiig, who of course plays Annie, who is a single woman whose life is mess and stuff like that. And she ends up finding out that her best friend Lillian, played by Maya Rudolph, is engaged. And of course, Annie has no choice but to be the maid of honor and stuff like that. But she ends up finding out that is she ends up being some of the other bridesmaids. They're of course played by still got Rose Byrne, who plays like the head, I guess say the head's bridesmaid, if you will. You also got Melissa McCarthy, Wendy Covey, who's of course best known for Beverly Goldberg on the hit TV show The Goldbergs. Ellie Kemper plays the other bridesmaid. I, this movie, I guess say, is really the film that really put Melissa McCarthy on the map. And of course, scored her first ever Oscar nomination. Anyway, the film is of course written by Kristen Wiig and Annie Momolo, who of course recently starred in Bomb and Star together. This movie is so hilarious. It has some really funny moments. Obviously, the most funniest moments will be when they end up pooping their the poop scene is pretty hilarious in the bathroom stuff. Kristen Wiig is hilarious in this. Maya Rudolph is great. You also had some other interesting players like John Hamm popped up. You also had the airplane scene. You had Ben Falcone, who of course is the husband of Melissa McCarthy. He was terrific in this. Uh, anyway, this is definitely a really funny, wedding based comedy. Maya Rudolph and Kristen Wiig have been SNL players, and I guess say this is like the movie that really put Kristen Wiig on the map. She's done stuff beforehand, obviously, MacGruber and stuff like that. But this was like the movie that really put like skyrocketed her into superstardom. Sorry for that. You also had Rebel Wilson even had a part of this. I think this is actually the movie that really introduced me to who Rebel Wilson was. Yeah, this movie actually introduced me to Rebel Wilson. Obviously before Pitch Perfect got released. You also had the late actor Joe Clayburgh, who played Kristen Wiig's mother. You also had Wilson Phillips, even had cameos in this. Chris O'Dowd was in this. I mean, this movie is so funny. Terry Crews even had a part in this. The beginning was hilarious. I literally saw this movie twice in theaters, and I had so much fun with it. And I guess you say it was a bit like a female version of, let's say, The Hangover in a way. It's definitely a raunchy film worth checking out. I'm still a little disappointed we never got to see a sequel to it. But man, if you guys have never really seen Bridesmaids, you can find it. I'm not sure we can find it nowadays. Yeah, you can find it on Peacock, Fandango Now, Vudu, Apple TV, Prime Video. Go watch Bridesmaids. It's one of the funniest comedies of the decade. Anyway, let me lead you guys. Have you ever seen 2011's Bridesmaids? If so, what's up? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? What were some of your favorite parts of it? Some of your favorite moments? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Simi Sign.